Hey guys, we are in my laundry room today because I thought I would share with you guys another way that I'm trying to save a little money in our budget. So I talk a lot about trying to save money with groceries. So today I thought I would show you how I am trying to save a little bit of money with clothes. So I have a couple of dresses. I am currently pregnant and I have a couple of dresses that work really well for maternity dresses. So I don't want to go out and buy a bunch of maternity clothes that I know this is probably going to be our last baby. So I don't want to go buy a bunch of stuff that I'm not going to be able to use. So instead, I am going to refresh some of the dresses that I have that maybe have like some bleach stains on them or are just past their prime. The white on one was getting really grimy and just didn't make me feel good wearing it. So I thought I would give it a shot to dye these dresses. So it's a little bit of a process. I'm going to take you guys through everything that I'm going to do, and we can see kind of at the end if I think it was actually worth it and if this actually is actually helpful or not. In the end, I'm not really losing out on anything because these dresses weren't really clothes that I felt comfortable like wearing out. So it's just going to be some clothes that I'm going to wear at home anyway. So I ended up getting a dark green and an eggplant. Now both of my dresses, they're the same dress, just a different pattern. And both of them are 100% cotton. So that's why I got this specific dye. There is one that is for synthetic fabrics, but that's not what I have. Before I actually get started on changing the color of the dresses, I need to try to pull as much color out of the dresses as possible. So one of them is white with blue striped and one of them is just plain blue, but it's pretty dark blue. So I actually have right now going in here, this is, we're starting to pull some of that color out. Now I have a red and white striped dress instead of blue and white striped. It's kind of funny. But I just have a bunch of hot water in my stainless steel utility sink, and I poured a bunch of bleach. I did not even measure it. A bunch of bleach in here, and I'm just going to let this sit for a few hours and come back and kind of see where we're at with it. See if we have pulled out very much color in it. So we're gonna give that a shot. I'm gonna leave that for right now, then we'll come back and see what we got in a couple hours. So I finished the bleaching part. This is the dress that was blue that had like some bleach stains on it on the front. It's kind of a lovely purpley color, so I thought that this one would probably be better for the eggplant. So I am starting, I have water, just the hottest that I can get from the tap in here. And then I'm going to add just a couple of squirts. I have dish soap right here in that, and I'm going to add a little bit more hot water to it. And then I have a pot of water that came almost to a boil, just because my hot water isn't like crazy hot. So I'm going to add that in there. That's just water. So I'm going to make sure that that has enough water in it, which it does, to be fully submerged. And then I'm going to add about a cup of salt. I'm going to stir that around, get that nice and dissolved. So far this is just water and a little dish soap and some salt. Okay, so now that it's like enough water in here for this dress to be fully submerged, it's time to add in my dye. So I'm going to do the eggplant on this one. And because I want a nice dark color on that, I'm going to add the whole dadgum thing. And then I just have a stainless steel thing to stir it with. I'm just going to make sure that that dye is mixed in really well and everything is fully submerged. This is super hot. I mean, there's like steam coming up off of it. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. But I'm going to come in every like 5 to 10 minutes for the next hour and give this a good stir. But I have plenty of space for this dress to move around. I feel like you can't see very well here. There we go. Okay, I have my dress has been soaking for about half an hour, and I feel like it's super dark. So I am not going to, it's going to lighten up some per the bottle during the next couple of steps, but I do feel like that it has taken on the color really, really well. So I'm going to pull this out. And then you're supposed to rinse it until the water runs clear in cool water. I'm just going to start rinsing it until the water runs clear. And then this one will be done and it'll be time to do the green one. Okay, so I have my one that I dyed eggplant is in the washing machine right now. And this is the dress that started out being like a light, like a blue and white stripe. The only color that really came out was blue. So now we have like a weird orangey pink, I don't know, color. So I'm going to fill this back up with water. There's still some dish soap in there. I'm going to add the salt again, and then I have another pot of water that is almost boiling, and we'll do this one green. Okay, so we have enough water in here where this dress can be fully submerged. So we're doing the same thing, and the green right in. This one I'm actually the most interested to see what happens. The other one was just one color. This one obviously has stripes. So I'm curious to see if it is going to completely dye it all the same color and it's just going to be one color, or if it's going to have like light green parts and dark green parts. So we'll see what happens. So I went ahead and added the whole bottle in there again. And this one, the other one I ended up leaving for about 35 minutes. This one I think I'm going to go ahead and do for the full hour. So I'm going to leave this for another hour. We'll come back in and give it a stir every 5 to 10 minutes, just like the other one, and then we'll see what happens. Okay, I just let the water out for the green, and this one I ended up having to run somewhere, so it stayed a little longer than an hour, so I'm hoping that that doesn't mess me up too bad. It has been a couple of days since I did the dyeing of my dresses. One of them I have worn. Both of them have been washed and dried in the dryer. Overall, I would say that the one that started out dark blue, I think probably ended up the best. It's definitely my favorite. I don't know if I just prefer the color or if I just think that it turned out better. I would say that for me, there were a couple of things that kind of bothered me, I guess. In the end, I think I would definitely do it again. If I have a 100% cotton or like a linen or maybe even wool garment that didn't have any kind of a pattern on it. So the two things that ended up really bothering me, both ended up being about the green dress. The first one was, I really like the stripes on it, but I wasn't really sure in the beginning if it was going to feel like a dress that had stripes on it that I just dyed, so it just looks like a dress that has been dyed, or if it was going to look like lighter green stripes and darker green stripes. In the end, my husband swears that it's the second one, that he would never look at it and think that it was dyed, but I think maybe because I know it was, that's just kind of what it looks like to me. Just a dress that had a pattern on it, that had been dyed. It's still cute. I would wear it. I obviously will wear it, but that one probably will stay being like an around the house dress. And then the other thing that I really noticed that kind of bothered me, I guess, was that the dress itself, like the fabric itself, was 100% cotton. So it dyed really well, but the thread that was used to make that dress is clearly not 100% cotton. I think it must be polyester thread because it did not dye at all. So in that specific dress, the threads were white. The other one, the threads were blue, so it kind of blends in. You don't really notice it. But on the green one, the threads are white. So if you look closely, you can see it. Again, my husband said that it's fine. He thinks it looks fine, that it just kind of looks like a contrasting thing for him. But for me, that's kind of where I ended up on it. So in the end, I would say maybe like 8 out of 10. I would do it again if my options were throw something out that is still really comfortable, that I still really enjoy wearing, or dye it. I would probably end up dyeing it again. So in the end, probably would do it again. I do think that it was a fun project to do, if nothing else. So hope that was helpful for you guys. And if you guys have any questions at all about the process, go ahead and leave them in the comment section down below, and I will try to answer that as best as I can. Thanks guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.